All right, this video is going to take a look at how can you kind of create an invisible board with invisible words that students could potentially move a shape around and kind of unveil those words. Okay, so I'm inside of a new activity. I'm going to go to add template for a student. I'm going to work on the drawing tool. Okay, so creating things that are invisible, that show up around other things, really isn't making them invisible, but changing their color and their placement. So let's say I wanted to do something in which I had a bunch of maybe sight words or something that I want students to be able to kind of look around and see. All right, so maybe I have the word the. I'm going to start to put these words around somewhere. Maybe I have the word where. I have the word. I'm just going to add these as text boxes or with using the label tool. Maybe I have the word big, and I have the word because. All right, so I have these words. Now, if I'm using a white background, I want to change these words to the same color as my background. Now, this could work with any color. If you had a blue background, you could change all of them to blue, but you want the background and the words to match. So I'm going to go into Style. This first one kind of gets rid of the outline around the outside. And then I just have to kind of match the color. So it's white. So you can see that word is technically still there. It just is white, matching the background, so you can't see it off of first glance. All right. I also then want to lock that word down so students can't move it. I'm going to repeat that process a few different times. Okay, I've got that word, locking it down. Change it to white. Like I said, I like to get rid of the outline, lock it down. One more. And lock it down. All right, so now it doesn't look like there's any words on this page, even though there are. Now I'm going to go and I'm going to add a shape. All right, so maybe I want them to be able to drag around this star to find some of their star words. Now you can see I'm dragging it around and nothing is showing up. That's because the star is the furthest thing up, right? It is the furthest thing to the front of this page. So all it's doing is covering up these words. So what you want to do is go to these three little dots, and there's a little option that says order. And if I click send to back, that now puts that on the very bottom of kind of our layers. And the words are also layers on here. So now it's actually going behind the words. So when you go over them, you can see that it's behind them so that it shows up. Now you might want to make this big enough so that the word fits, but now you can create some pretty cool activities where students can drag these things around and kind of reveal hidden or mystery words or pictures or whatever information you want on your Seesaw activity. So then I just want to make sure I start that someplace that isn't on the words, hit that check mark, and now I have that template attached. All right, so good luck.